type should be used as imagery. The unexpected and unforgettable composition happen when we play with type. There are fonts you have on your PC or workstation waiting to be used. Maybe you decided not to use them because you believe using them may affect the beauty of your design. You are waiting to see them on someone else's artwork, or you are scared of using them. If you don't allow yourself the freedom to try something new and see if it's work or not, you stop yourself the ability to surprise your audience. You can't see the beauty of the font if you don't try or play with it. To learn more design tips, check out my design review videos. My name is Ekiade Adetunji. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this paper typographic design. Stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so if you need the exercise file for this tutorial, simply make use of the link in the description section of this video. So I already have my background image open. So what I'm going to do now is just to type my text. So I'm going to make use of the text tool now, and I'm going to type paper. Okay. Right, then I'm going to use American Text BT and activate the free transform and make this bigger, like so. So then I'm going to position this here, like so, and I'm going to drag my paper image in, and I'm going to scale this down. Then I hit the enter key on my keyboard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold on Alt and position my mouse in between the paper text and the paper image. As soon as the triangle facing down with the box appear, then what I'm going to now do is to just click to clip the paper inside the text. So I'm going to activate the free transform again and just scale this down and position this somewhere around here. So now to the interesting part of this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to use my pen tool. All right. So understanding how to use shadow will help you with knowing how to play with this concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my pen tool. All right. And I'm going to position this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here like so. And I'll click here. I'm going to click here. So zoom out and then just close it. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is to right click and say make selection, and I'll make sure my feather is set to 0, and I'm going to select the OK button. So I'm going to create a new layer. All right, and I'm going to call this layer shadow, or let's just call it shadows, because I'm going to be adding more shadows to this. And then this shadow needs to be inside the text layer, and it should be above the paper image layer. And I'm going to select my pen tool. I'll zoom in. So I'm going to start my first click here, and I'll click here like so. And I'm going to close this here. Close this here like so. I'm going to draw shape here. So I'm going to use the shortcut on my keyboard to convert the path to a marquee. So I'll hit Control Enter to do that. And I'm going to select the brush tool. Now make sure that the color picker of your foreground is set to black. And I'm gonna select OK now. And I'll go to my brush settings here. So if you don't have your brush settings, simply go to Windows and activate brush settings here. So then I'm going to make sure that I'm on the soft round brush when I'm doing this, and I'm going to make sure that transfer is checked, and under my transfer setting I'm going to make sure that I have my control set to pen pressure. Now this is only for the people with Graphix tablet, but if you don't have the Graphix tablet, what you can do is to make sure that you have your flow set to 12, and you're still going to achieve the same move. So the whole idea of changing the setting of the flow and also changing the transfer control to be on pen pressure is to be able to control the strength of the brush. Okay, So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the brush and I'm going to make sure that I'm on the shadows layer. So I'm going to hit Ctrl A to hide my marquee. So I'm going to apply the brush here now. Please, I need you guys to note this. Please, I want you to be careful when you're applying the brush to the shadow layer, because the way you apply the brush to the shadow layer matters. So you need to be careful not to extend it to this side of the shape, all right? But make sure that you have it stronger on this side and make it lighter on this side of the shape. Doing that will make the paper curve real, all right? So I'm going to zoom out, then I'm going to do the same move here by selecting the pen tool again, and this time I'm going to click here, start from here, and I'm going to close it here like so. Do the same thing here again, hit Ctrl Enter and hit Ctrl H or Command H to hide the marquee. Select the brush tool and just gently apply the brush here like so, right? All right, so I'm going to hit Control D, because if you don't hit Control D, you're still going to have the marquee on your artboard. So I'm going to hit Control H first to activate the marquee, and I'm going to hit Control D on my keyboard to deselect the marquee. So I'm going to select the rectangle marquee tool now and just draw a shape here like so. And I'm going to select the brush tool. Then I'm going to just gently apply the brush here. So, and I'm going to hit the Ctrl D on my keyboard to deselect the marquee. Now, if I zoom out, you see we have this. Then I'm going to do the same move again on the letter A. Select the pen tool, and I'm going to click here to start, and I'm going to come here, close it here, here. Oh, enter, and select the brush tool, Ctrl H to hide the marquee, and I'm just going to apply the brush here like so. Okay, so Ctrl H again, then Ctrl D. Then I'm going to select the rectangle marquee, and I'm going to draw a marquee somewhere around here like so. Let's make it wider. Should be here. I select the brush tool. I'm going to zoom in. I'm just going to gently apply that here again. So, apply that here. All right. Then Ctrl D to deselect. You need to make sure that your marquee is resting on the tail of the letter A. Apply the brush again. I'm gonna apply the brush. Let's put it here. Ctrl D to deselect. Then we have this. So for the letter P, what we need to just do is to select the rectangle marquee and draw a marquee shape like so, and make a copy of the marquee shape and drag this and just position this here. So this needs to be in here like so. Okay, I think this is okay. I'll go to the letter E, and for the letter E, what I'm going to do is just pick here, here, and here. So let's put this here, enter, select the brush tool, hit Ctrl H to hide the marquee, and just apply the brush to the scene like so. Right, I'm going to select the pen tool again, and you know what, let's just use the rectangle marquee this time. Now you see why you need to remember to hit the Ctrl D. So I'm going to hit Ctrl D on my keyboard to select the marquee, and I'm going to just draw a rectangle shape here like so, and I'm going to select the brush tool, and I'm just going to apply the brush to the layer like so. And for this side, for the tail of my letter E, I'm going to just select the brush tool again and do the same move I did with the A on the letter E. So You need to be careful the way you apply your brush. All right, so I'm gonna hit Ctrl D on my keyboard to deselect. Select the pen tool again, and on the R, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from here and here and end it here, like so. Over here, like so. Hit Control Enter. Select the brush tool and just gently apply that here, like so. So, so this is good. Drag this here. Select the brush tool. So apply this here, like so. Now, if I zoom out, see we have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to type my other text, which is typography tutorial. So I'm going to type that by letter T, tutorial. Just put typography. Right? Then I'm going to use Belfast. Change the color to white. This should be positioned here. Drag my image and drop here like so. So I'm going to mouse over between the two layers, which is the paper and the typographic tutorial layer, and hold on Alt till I see the arrow facing down with the box, and I'm going to click to clip the paper inside the typography text. So I'm going to just put that here, and I'm going to put that here like so. What I'm going to do now is to shift select all the layers and hit Ctrl G to put them in a group. And I'm going to call this title. Okay, and all right, I'm going to activate the free transform, right click and select scale. And this needs to go up here like so. This here. So right click and select convert to smart object. So what I'm about to do now is to add depth to the project. All right. So I'm going to go to filter and select sharpen, and I'm going to hit on sharp mask. So this is going to boost the details on the paper and the shadow. I'm going to leave my amount to be 13. Radius is going to be 4.0 and threshold is going to be 0. So then I'm going to select the OK button. Now, if you look at my project now, you see this is looking more real, like a paper effect. So what I'm going to do again now is to go to filter, select sharpen, and select smart sharpen. So what I'm doing now is to add contrast to the pixels. Okay, so I'm going to reduce my amount to 52, and I'm going to select the OK button. So I'm going to create a new layer now by holding down Alt and click on the new layer icon, and I'm going to call this noise. Then I'll change my mode to soft lights, and I'm going to check the fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray option and select the OK button. Then I'll go to filter noise and click on add noise. So now if you look at my project now, this is looking more like a paper effect, all right? So, and that's the advantage of applying noise to the project. So then I'm going to leave every other settings the way they are, and I'm going to select the OK button, and that's the final project. I hope you learned something new from today's tutorial. Now, this tutorial is suitable for making posters, album art, and spot posters. So if you are able to achieve any project with the help of this tutorial, simply post it on your Instagram page and remember to tag me. My Instagram handle is at Ceasar Graphix. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my videos. Share, like, and comment on this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.